Hi ladies, this is Linda, and I'm doing a swap over at Art and Sassy, and it's an altered canvas swap. And I just completed my two altered canvases, and I wanted to show them to you before I mail them off. So I'll start with this one, and I got the image, I downloaded it from the internet. And it's just a vintage lady, and I thought she was really pretty. The first thing I had to do was paint my canvas, and I used gesso to paint it. And then I mixed some Martha Stewart Japanese maple and apple barrel Valentine pink acrylic paints together and painted the entire thing pink. And after I did that, I first used some acrylic paint, I think it's by Craftsmart, called Espresso, and I kind of streaked that on with the paintbrush, and I didn't really like it. It was too brown, and I really didn't want it brown. I wanted it dark, and that was just not dark enough. So I went over it with some black acrylic paint and just kind of randomly. And then I used Jenny Bolin Time Flies stamp. It's the big clock. And just randomly stamped on the back. And then I used a close to my heart stamp here, the dress form. And I can't remember the name of the stamp set that it's from. But I stamped everything with Memento Tuxedo Black. And after I did that, then I glued the lady down with, what did I use? Liquitex Matte Gel Medium, which I really like using better than Mod Podge. So I glued her down, and then I went over the whole thing with the gel medium. And then I took a, I made some notes because I always forget what I've done. I went over this with a Faber-Castell artist pen in black, and then, let's see, after that, oh yeah, I had to dye some lace because I had some black lace, but I didn't like it. So I had this vintage lace that I got several weeks ago when I went to this antique store, and the lady just gave it to me. I did a video on it. So anyway, it was a beige color, or ivory, and I used some black soot ink refill, a few drops with some alcohol, and I put it in a bowl and mixed and put this in it, and it just really took the ink really well. So I like the way that turned out. So I glued that on. Then I used some Pro 31 bling, and I glued that on. Then this is some Recollection swirlies that I had, and I put those on. These are Petaloo white flat flowers, and I painted them the same color as the background of my canvas. And then I used a small Prima floral stamp and stamped on them with the Tuxedo Black ink, and glued them down and put some black bling on them, and forgot to put my sentiment, so I had to go back and do that. So I used Celebrate the Good Things, and I used Vanilla Craft ink from Stampin' Up. And hey, I called it done. This is it. And I did have to put some cardstock on the back because I had a hot mess back there. Ink, glue, you name it, it was on the back. So I'm kind of messy. So anyway, that was my first one. And then I'll go over this one really quick. For this, I used the black gesso canvas primer, which I didn't like that much. I don't think I'll use it again. I like gesso better. And I used some corrugated cardstock, and I glued that down, and I used the Liquitex matte gel, medium gel, to glue everything down. Then I tore some paper, and this paper line, the music notes and the stripes are, it was just some scraps I had from my mind's eye, the Sunshine 6x6 paper stack. And then I had this little ticket that I had stamped and glossy accented over long time ago, this little bird. And so I glued that down, and I put some washi tape, and then I went over all of it with the Liquitex medium gel. And then I really wasn't quite satisfied with the way it looked, so I wanted some blue. So I used Martha Stewart acrylic paint in Pond. And I just took my finger and I just rubbed randomly where I wanted it to be. And then I got the bright idea that I would use my beeswax, because I've had it for over a year and I never used it. So I thought, well, I'll try it, because I still wasn't very happy with the way it looked. This is out of my element to make things like this. It messes with my OCD to randomly put things down. Everything has to match and be in order. And so anyway, get back on the subject. I have a little craft iron, and I just put the little beeswax beads on there and melted them, and I really like the way that it turned out. So then I used some Scrabble tiles and put Live up here, and kind of made a mess with my glossy accents, so I just put glossy accents on my finger and just kind of rubbed it around to even it out. And used this little stamp from the dollar bin at Michael's, and it says, "Live today, remember it tomorrow." So that's it. And on the back, I again had to cover it because I made a mess. So anyway, these are my two altered canvases for the swap I'm in, and I had a great time doing it. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you ladies later. Bye.